What's up, guys? It's Bolt, and I'm back with another Elden Ring video. And in today's video, we're gonna go over my quality build. And if you guys don't know what a quality build is, that is when I essentially level up both dexterity and strength pretty evenly. In the previous games, quality builds were probably some of the best. In this game, not as much as because you need to be at a higher level in this game for it to excel and outperform dexterity builds and strength builds, whereas in the previous titles you didn't. But let's get right into the stat breakdown. So we are level 177, and yes, you're gonna say, hey, that's pretty weird. It is. It's not common. It's not the meta 125, 150. And the reason why we're 177 is because, again, quality builds excel at higher levels, so we needed to level up past the 150 mark. But the good thing about 177 is that you match with the level 150 still and all the way up into the 200s. So that's another popular bracket for end game players. So you will have no problem matchmaking at this level. It's great. You still match with the 150 players, which is probably the bulk of the players. So really good level still to play at. Stat allocation is as follows. Vigor is 60, like always. Mind, within touch. Endurance 29 to get the armor that we have. Strength is at 54, which is the soft cap, and we get the two-handed bonus, guys. Don't forget that. Dexterity is 80, which is the hard cap, and we didn't touch anything else. So essentially, we did level up strength and dexterity. That's what a quality build is, and then you use the quality infusion. So we have 104 poise, which is ideal because I could poise through Storm Stop and Flaming Strike, and I have room to take one dagger as well, a fan dagger. So 104 poise, and our physical absorption is pretty good, 32.7, pretty dang good if you ask me. And let's get into my loadout here. Not the best fashion-wise because I do have the prelate greaves, but I needed the poise and the absorption. This is what we got going on here. These are my talismans. I typically swap out the Crimson Amber when I get hit, and I'll swap it out for something like the Blue Feather, depending on how much damage I've taken. Or if I'm using a pokey weapon, I'll swap to the Spear Talisman, so on and so forth. You know, whatever you need to use, you switch accordingly. Weapons. So this is my arsenal here, and a lot of them are just for swaps for the Ashes of War, but my main weapons I typically use are the Zweihander, the Bloodhound Fang, the Glaive, which at this stat allocation actually outperforms the AR of the Knight Rider Glaive, funny enough. So that's why we got the regular Glaive as opposed to the Knight Rider Glaive. The Claymore is one of my mains, and those are pretty much it. Everything else is pretty much a hard swap. I'll use the Rapiers for light rollers or any type of cancer type of play. I'll switch to the Beastman curved swords because I do have Stormblade on it. So if I need to finish off an opponent real quick with a projectile, or if I'm fighting a mage where I need to interrupt their spells, I'll switch to that. Stormhawk is when you're getting ganked. It has one of the best anti-gank ashes. I'll use dual pikes for our light roller because this is probably one of the most cancerous setups you can have. So you got to fight cancer with cancer. I don't typically use it though, but it's there just in case. Dragon's King Cragblade is a heavy thrusting sword. I just use that for the running attack as a finisher, but the weapon ash is actually pretty good on this. Bolt of Grand Axe is great for snipes. For combat ordeal, you just want to snipe somebody from afar. So that's mainly for combat ordeals, and same with the Watchdog Staff. The Ash of War on this is very good for combat ordeals. I do have 3 Ashes of War on my Zweihander, and I will start with Chilling Mist, which is arguably it's my favorite on a Colossal Sword. Once I proc the Frost, I'll switch to the Giant Hunt one or the Eruption. Eruption will reset the Frost proc. And then I have Storm Stomp and Piercing Fang. I love Piercing Fang, guys. Probably one of my favorite ashes. I also have that on my Glaive. But that is my arsenal, guys. The cool thing about quality builds is that you have such versatility in your weapons. You could essentially use every weapon in the game, minus the ones that have, magic or faith or arcane, whatever. But at this high level, if you want to sacrifice a couple of extra points in dexterity or strength and pump up a little bit more faith, intelligence, arcane to use specific weapons that you like, you could absolutely do that as well. It has a lot of versatility, quality builds, a lot of fun because you can just swap to any of these weapons on the fly. Really cool. Um, yeah, but that's basically it. Let's go over my Physic Flask. Typical Physic Flask, nothing crazy here. We have the Opaline Hearts here, and the Crimson Bubble Tier. So pretty standard, nothing fancy with that stuff. Again, you use what you feel is necessary for your playstyle, but this works for me. There's plenty of other good ones that you can use. Yeah, that's the build, guys. A lot of fun because of all the weapons you can use. I do recommend to carry some freezing pots with you as well. That's a really good utility tool that I like to use in my fights. Um, that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Really helps me out. And I'll catch everyone on the next one.